Learn English naturally, just by watching.
Let's improve your English together, one real-life video at a time.
Hello! Welcome back to the podcast. I am Olivia.
And I am Jacob. We are so happy you are here today.
Today is a very special episode. We are talking about stories.
Yes, stories. Everyone has a story. You have a story. I have a story.
But here's the secret. Not all stories are the same.
Some stories are boring, and some stories, people love them.
Today, we show you the secret, how to tell a story that people love.
Even in English, even if your English is not perfect.
That is right. You do not need perfect English. You need a good story. Check. Pause and ask yourself, what is today's topic? Answer, storytelling.
Before we start, if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Click that button now.
And leave us a comment. We love to hear from you. Your comments make us happy.
Okay, Olivia, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, Jacob, today you have a story. Tell me.
Yes. Okay, let me tell you about my first bike.
Oh, I love this story. Go ahead.
When I was 7 years old, I got my first bike. It was red and white, but the helmet? Oh, the helmet was bright yellow. Very, very bright yellow.
Bright yellow? Like a lemon?
Yes, exactly like a lemon. My mother said, "Jacob, now everyone can see you." And I said, "Yes, Mama, everyone in the whole world can see me."
That is so funny and so sweet.
I was very proud of that helmet. I wore it every day, even inside the house one time.
Inside the house? You wore a bike helmet inside your house?
Just one time. I wanted to feel like a champion.
Okay, listeners, let's look at this together. Jacob said, when I was 7 years old. Did you hear that?
Yes, when I was. This is past simple. I am not 7 now. This happened before.
Right. In English, we use past simple to talk about finished actions, things that happened before now.
And Jacob also said, I got my first bike. The word got, this is past simple of get.
Good. Now let's listen to the story one more time. This time, listen for the past simple verbs.
My first bike. When I was 7 years old, I got my first bike. It was red and white. The helmet was bright yellow. I wore it every day.
Was, got, wore, said, felt. Great job. Did you hear them? Was, got, wore, said. All past simple.
These are the main actions of the story. We call them action anchors.
I love that. Action anchors, like an anchor on a ship. The anchor holds the story in one place.
Exactly. Without these verbs, the story has no shape, no direction.
Okay, friends, let's talk more about past simple. This is very important for storytelling.
Yes, in English, we have 3 magic words for storytelling. Are you ready?
Tell us.
Number 1, I went. Number 2, I saw. Number 3, I felt.
I went, I saw, I felt. Can you say that with us? Listener practice. Pause the podcast, say out loud, I went, I saw, I felt. 3 times.
Good job. You're improving already. Now let's use these in a mini story.
Okay, I will make a small story. Listen. Last Sunday, I went to a bakery. I saw a big chocolate cake. I felt very happy. And then I bought the cake and I ate all of it.
All of it? The whole cake?
Jacob, it was a very good cake.
Okay, that is a good story. Short, clear, and real. I can see it.
That's the goal. When you tell a story, the other person must see it, like a little movie.
Formula, time, place, action, feeling.
Example, time, last Sunday, place, at the bakery, action, I saw a chocolate cake. Feeling, I felt happy.
That's it. 4 pieces, 1 story. Simple, right?
Very simple and very powerful.
Your turn. Say this sentence. Last week, I went to, I saw, I felt. Okay, now I want to tell you about my friend Tom. This is one of my favorite stories.
Oh yes, I love this one. Tell them.
Tom is 60 years old now, but 20 years ago, he had a gold ring. His grandmother gave it to him. It was very special, small, thin, and very old.
I can see it already.
One afternoon, Tom was in his garden. He was planting tomatoes. It was a warm day. The sun was bright.
Nice detail. I can feel the sun.
He reached into the soil, and then the ring slipped off his finger, into the ground.
Oh no!
He looked and looked for 2 hours. He dug the ground with his hands, but he never found it.
That is so sad.
Tom, every year, still goes to that garden. He still looks. He says the ring is there, somewhere, under the tomatoes.
Wow, that story is beautiful. Why is it so good?
Because it is real. It has specific details, the gold ring, the garden, the tomatoes. It has a feeling, sadness, and hope.
And it uses the past simple perfectly. He had, he was, he reached, he looked, he dug. All action anchors. Let's compare. Boring version, Tom lost a ring. Good version, Tom lost his grandmother's gold ring in the garden 20 years ago, and he never found it.
Same event, but one is boring. One is emotional.
The difference? Specific details and feelings. Practice. Take a simple sentence, I lost my keys, and add where, when, how did you feel? Jacob, I want to teach our listeners my favorite storytelling trick.
Oh, I know this one, the smell trick.
The sensory detail trick. Yes.
What does sensory mean?
Sensory means what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. The 5 senses.
So in a story, we use the senses to make it more real.
Exactly. And the most powerful sense is smell. Let me show you. I'll tell you 2 versions of the same story. Version 1. I visited my grandmother. We sat in the kitchen. It was nice.
Okay, but not very exciting.
Version 2. I visited my grandmother. I walked into the kitchen and I smelled fresh coffee and warm chocolate cake. The coffee was strong and sweet. I sat down and she put a slice of cake in front of me. It was still warm. I felt safe. I felt home.
Oh, wow. Now I am there. I can smell the coffee. I can taste the cake.
That is the power of sensory details. The smell, the taste, the warmth. Smell is the most emotional sense. It connects directly to memory. Use it in your stories.
So the recipe is story plus senses equals love.
I love that. Story plus senses equals love.
Can I try? Let me use a sensory detail now.
Go for it.
Last winter, I came home after a long day. I opened the door and I smelled my mother's soup, onion, garlic, and something warm. I dropped my bag, sat down, and I felt like a child again.
Perfect. That is beautiful, Jacob, really.
Thank you, and it's a true story. Olivia, you mentioned your grandmother. Tell us more. What was she like?
Oh, she was wonderful. She was the best storyteller I ever knew.
Really? What did she do?
She always used her hands when she told stories, big gestures like this. And she always started the same way. Come here, I want to tell you something.
That is a great opening line. Come here, I want to tell you something. It makes you curious.
Yes, curiosity is important in stories. You want the person to ask, what happens next? My grandmother taught me that stories are not about showing how clever you are. Stories are about connection, human connection.
That is so true. When you tell a story, you're saying, "This happened to me. Does it happen to you too?"
Yes, and when the other person says, yes, me too, that is the magic moment.
That is communication, real communication.
My grandmother also said, never make a story about yourself. Make it about the feeling.
Wow, that is real wisdom.
It took me many years to understand it, but she was right. Grandmothers and grandfathers often have the best stories. Ask them this week, tell me about when you were young. You will be surprised.
Okay, friends, time for our community challenge.
We have a small action for you, just one word.
In the comments below this podcast, we want you to write the word memory.
Just that one word, memory, M-E-M-O-R-Y.
When you write that word, it shows us you listened, you understood, you are part of this community.
And if you want, you can write more. Tell us one memory from your life. Short is fine, long is also fine. Just write something.
We read every comment, every single one.
We really do. Okay, friends, let's do a quick review. What did we learn today?
Number 1, use past simple verbs. I went, I saw, I felt. These are your action anchors.
Number 2, use specific details. Not a ring, but a gold ring from his grandmother. Details create emotion.
Number 3, use sensory details. What did you smell? What did you taste? What did you feel on your skin?
Number 4, start with something curious. Come here, I want to tell you something. Make people want to listen.
And number 5, the most important one.
Tell us.
Number 5, communication, not perfection. You don't need perfect English. You need a real story told with heart.
When I was young, This starts your story.
I went, I saw, I felt. These are your action anchors.
I still remember the smell of. This adds emotion.
20 years ago, This sets the time.
It made me feel. This connects to the listener.
Say each phrase out loud right now. Practice makes you better. You are improving already. And that is our show for today. Thank you so much for listening.
You are wonderful, truly. The fact that you are here, learning, practicing, that is amazing.
Before you go, we have something special for you.
We made a free guide. It's called the Storytelling Blueprint. It has all today's phrases, all the story formulas, and some practice exercises.
You can download it for free. The link is in the description below.
Also, we have a storytelling masterclass coming very soon. If you want to join the waitlist, the link is also below.
And please share this podcast. Send it to a friend who loves stories or a friend who wants to improve their English.
Your share helps us reach more learners like you, and we love that.
Before we go, here is our question for this week.
Think of your earliest memory. How old were you? What did you see? What did you smell? What did you feel? Write it in the comments, even 2 sentences. We want to read it.
Okay, Olivia, same question for you. What is your earliest memory?
My earliest memory, I think I was 4 years old. I was in the kitchen. My father was making pancakes. I remember the smell of butter on the hot pan, and I remember feeling very small and very happy.
That is beautiful. I can smell the butter right now.
Good. That means the sensory trick worked.
It always works. Okay, friends, until next time, keep practicing, keep telling your stories, and remember,
Every story you tell in English or in any language is a gift to someone else.
we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and don't forget, write memory in the comments.